All right, so this is the property that we're going to be auditing. It's 83 Harbor. So you can see that it's got windows. It's facing east. We got windows that bring in natural light into the property. We got a nice deck here, and it's brick or cement blocks, I should say. Not brick, cement blocks. So one thing to note is that this is a pretty seasonal area and location. So even though the owner is looking to move here full-time, there are very few full-time residents here. So the readings are not going to be as accurate as if we had it full. So one thing to note is we have a transformer here, and we have power lines that are going all the way through. So we're going to do our readings. So we're going to do magnetic fields, because magnetic fields is the one that we can't really filter for, and that's the one we want to look for to ensure that it's a healthy environment. And also we need to determine if the magnetic fields are coming from power lines like this or anything underground, or it's coming from inside the house. So inside the house, if it's wiring errors, etc., those are easily fixed. But unfortunately, you can't really control the current flow on the property here with the power lines. All right, so we're going to be using this meter. We're using NFA 1000, and we're going to put it on the auto mode, the TMRS setting. We're measuring magnetic 3D. We're going to turn it on and let it do its thing. Again, these are the building biology ratings that we're looking for. So anything between 0.2 to 1 milligauss is slight. And we're already at 0.4. So let's just see. We want to look at redirection, even though it does the 3D. So we're going to just walk towards the power lines and see if this increases. So as we're getting close, it does increase. Again, if it goes over 1. So I know a lot of people take walks around here. So one thing to note is when there's heavy usage here, when a lot of people are here for the summer, obviously it's going to go up. So you can see that we have, I'm at 67 all the way, 35, 67, going all the way up to 35, 37. So that's one thing to note. The recommendation would be to basically measure this when there are a lot of people here to get the most accurate magnetic field readings. So we're going to just walk to the property, and you can see we're at 0.48. So magnetic fields do decrease with distance. So at the property we have 0.36. All right, we're going to go to the back, and we're going to read the magnetic field readings inside the house as well. So this is the inside. See if anything changes. We're still at 0.35, 36. There's the 2 bedrooms. So the bedrooms are all downstairs. And let's look outside. This property has 2 HVAC systems. There's a mini split system. It's this one. As we get closer, we'll probably go up a little. Nope, didn't go up. And so as we're walking down, I know if we walk here, it's going to go up. because there are meters right there. So you can see it's going up. Let me just go around. So we're at 0.6, 7, 8. Obviously here, it's way up, but hopefully nobody's coming and sitting on here. And then we have 4 meters here. And unfortunately, he doesn't know which one is his. So we're just going to demonstrate how high the magnetic fields are. Here, 9. This one is almost 22. This one's a little lower. And this one is around 11. So obviously, because people are not here, they're not being used. So again, we want to measure this when people are here. So this is the back of the properties here. And you can see they're kind of in and out. And we did notice there's a transformer right there and multiple boxes, but I won't measure that right now. So we have 4 meters right here, a telecom. So we're going to go in. That's the exterior. Even right now I'm at 1. Let's see. As I'm getting, that's because of this transformer right here. So obviously that's going to go up. But even right here, we have high magnetic fields because we might have some cables buried throughout here. So that is something to note. So as we get closer to the property, it's going down. To go down. All right. So we're at the slight magnetic fields inside the property. So one of the things that I am going to measure is the net current. So there's the box, and that's the crawl space access. So I'm going to be accessing that next. But again, we're at the 0.3 to 0.4, which is the slight concern. All right, that is the magnetic fields of the outside. Okay, so I'm going to address some of the questions and comments. So we're basically looking at external magnetic fields. So the question was, how is it different from pulse electromagnetic field therapy? Why are there good EMFs and bad EMFs? And again, it goes back to understanding EMFs is a lot more than just electric fields, magnetic fields. There's also different waveforms. There's different frequencies. So all that is combined together to create a specific impact on a human's health. So when it comes to PEMF therapy, which is the pulse electromagnetic field therapy, they have found a specific waveform and specific frequencies that help with, for example, bones, bone density, oxygenation, etc. So that is different than the magnetic fields that you're getting because these are from Powerlines. And anytime there's an uneven current, there's going to be a magnetic field. And this is not something that is controlled like it is in the therapeutic sessions. And you're going to see that these magnetic fields fluctuate. And that's why we were saying we need to come here and actually look at it when there are more people using the electricities. So you'll see signs in here, no cardiac pacemakers or implantable cardio converters, defibrillators, or magnetic implants. So these will affect people's health. So if there are people that are going to be coming to visit, with any kind of pacemakers or if they have health issues, etc. So these are things that you want to look at. So as we stated, the culprit for the outside magnetic field is coming from the power lines. And since you can't really control what kind of current is going through and how much of it, these magnetic lines will fluctuate. So it's on the outside of the home, and this is something that you want to know because these are external sources that you will not be able to control. And these things, we outlined power lines, transformers, substations, smart meters, solar inverters, and even buried cables that are underground. They will penetrate your home structure and impact the indoor magnetic field levels. So if you're not feeling good, or if you're getting headaches at certain times, or if you're just feeling worn down, you may actually be impacted by these different magnetic levels. These magnetic fields are very difficult to shield. They're very expensive. So we look at prevention and avoidance for our clients. So here you have the back. You have the meters that are in the back, and the 2 bedrooms are back here. But right now, obviously, as you get closer to these meters, they have high magnetic levels, but as you step away, they're low. So right now they're at the slight. Again, I think we'd like to come back and look at it again when there are people actually using these. Then you have a transformer that is in the parking lot. And then this is the main one that we could measure. And you can see the power lines there. And then I did notice a few down actually has the meters and a transformer right in their backyard. And, that's a concern with the bedrooms there. Okay, so secondly, it helps identify permanent and unfixable sources. Obviously, this may influence real estate decisions for some people for buying, renting, or even staying here year-round, or coming to stay here all summer if the elevated magnetic fields are present. So that's something we would like to look at. It will also help homeowners strategically decide where to place beds and living spaces. So like I was saying in the back, if you were going to renovate, moving the beds away from the magnetic fields, if you have high magnetic fields, would be ideal. And it helps the homeowners decide if the remediation is possible or not. And in some cases, it's just so expensive and their health is being depleted. So they may want to move. So the third thing is it protects long-term health. So I will include the Bioinitiative report. You can actually Google the Bioinitiative report to see the chronic exposure to elevated magnetic fields, and even at low levels, may increase the risk of childhood leukemia, sleep disturbances, nervous system and immune system dysfunction. Exterior measurements help owners stay proactive and not reactive. So this is one of the things when we were doing real estate, once we learned about the EMFs, it was one of the things that we started incorporating with our clients. Baseline assessment for the whole home audits, that's what we do so that we know what's coming from the outside, what we can't control, and then we look at what's inside and then see if we can reduce anything, if there is any additional magnetic fields inside the house. We look at what is causing that. Is it wiring errors? Is it appliances? And reduce those. And it helps with our comprehensive mitigation plan. And fifth, it creates great guidelines for building and renovation choices. So if you know that there's high magnetic fields in the back, then maybe you want to move the bedrooms to the front and not get yourself exposed to the back. So again, this helps with the safest placement of bedrooms and living areas. And these are especially important for vulnerable populations such as children, elderly, individuals with EHS, and especially people with health problems or, that are battling specific illnesses. They may be more affected by magnetic field exposure. So this is why it's good to know magnetic field levels for your property. Okay, if you want to learn how to become more aware of these invisible energies, and this is just the external magnetic fields, we have lots and lots. When we're looking at creating sanctuary style homes, we're looking at everything from indoor air quality to EMFs, to light, to sound, everything is going to be included. So I'm looking forward to sharing everything with you guys. If you guys like this kind of information, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a blessed day, and talk to you soon. Thank you.